Go.
It's starting. Let's
Dad.
go.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Joy.
And I'm the daughter, Emma.
And we're cooking under quarantine. So tonight we're going to make homemade pizza. And we're starting with the homemade delicious dough. We're going to start with just 4 main ingredients. This is really all you need for dough, for pizza. We need yeast, water, flour, and salt.
Okay, but not just any kind of water.
We need bath water. We want it to be about the temperature.
It's disgusting. We want it to be the temperature of bath water.
Of bath water, about 100 degrees.
So we used pasteurized yeast.
Because it's fast.
Nobody knows what the difference is between this and normal yeast, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna use a yeast spoon, which is the equivalent of a package of yeast. 2 1/4 tablespoons. Today we're gonna be doing a double batch because
we have a big family.
We have a big family with some big people, and we gotta feed them all.
So first, we put the yeast in the bowl.
What I mean.
Now we're gonna add the water.
All right, so we're putting in the bath water.
Yum. Give it a little
and
shake.
then just mix it a little bit. You can put like a plate over it and make sure that like you got the right temperature of water, and you'll know if it's bubbling.
You can proof your yeast. Another thing you can do if you're worried that your yeast isn't gonna work is just add a tiny bit of sugar, maybe like a teaspoon, and that'll just get the yeast really moving in there.
Turn the setting on to 2. Take a cup of flour.
Salt doesn't like yeast. They're not friendly with each other. So usually you want to mix in some of the flour before you add the salt to get the yeast all mixed into the flour.
I did wash my hands. Where'd you find this recipe, Mom?
I got this one actually, funny enough, in the Sopranos cookbook.
What was it called?
It was called Margarita Pizza. You just pick all that flour up off the counter, and you just pull and push, pull and push. How's that? You want to do a little more?
I'd say she's ready to go.
If you press the dough, watch, and it bounces back a little bit, you can tell that it's about ready to go into the dough doubler. You can use any bowl that you have with a nice tight fitting lid, or you can use some plastic wrap on top of the lid. Put a little olive oil in there, coat the dough, and we're just gonna cover it and let it rise for about an hour.
So when you make the dough, it's risen, there's a lot of air in it. So before you split it into 4, because we're making 4 pizzas, get all your quarantine aggression out. Punch the dough.
It's good dough. Good job, Emma.
Mom, help.
I saw.
So you got all of your dough. What are you doing?
Half.
Halving it?
Halving it up. You could measure it and be all exact, but we're not going to do that.
Scale, but
Just gonna half it again. And we need that, Emma.
and while you're making the other doughs, put these into little balls and let them rise even more. And a bonus of helping cooking, you take a little pepperoni.
No, there's not a lot of them.
And you use it like
This is
a
very
bowl
unsanitary. Chef Ramsay.
for the sauce.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil on there, just to kind of cover it.
Sometimes a little cheese.
And then I stretch it out on the parchment paper.
It's good cheese.
You can take this and throw it up in the air if you know how to do that. I, of course, do not.
You you should do ahead of time while the dough is rising is turn on the oven, because you have to turn it on to 550 degrees.
Or as high as your oven will go.
Literally as high as your oven will go. You put a pizza stone on the bottom rack.
All the way down.
All the way as low as it can go.
As low as it will go. Alright, so now we got it all pretty evenly distributed. You could take a fork and aerate it. Aerate it. Or, if somebody got this for Christmas one year, you can use this dough docker.
So the reason he's doing this is because he doesn't want big bubbles. Because you get big bubbles, all the toppings slide off, and then somebody like me gets the bad piece with no toppings on it.
We use this pizza sauce. As you get older, get heartburn easier. This one, I don't get heartburn myself. It's a good pizza sauce. Low heartburn. Alright, you sauce that sucker up, right, Emma? Is that sauce all in there?
Yeah.
So,
what kind of cheese is it?
We use 2 kinds of cheese. Normally we use mozzarella, but we couldn't find the mozzarella that we like, so I went with the Monterey Jack. And the other cheese is a, say it.
Butterkais.
Butterkais. It's a melting cheese.
Just like a butter cheese, German.
It's like really fancy Velveeta.
We use about 6 ounces of cheese. It helps to measure how much cheese you put on there so you don't go crazy. You always think like more is better, but it's probably not.
A big family with some big people.
We hope you enjoyed our video.
Have fun making your pizza your way.
Without bathwater.